of them.
Be careful of the ginormous hole.
There's a hole in the floor.
Well,
hopefully I can
yeah.
manage. There's a big hole right there, so don't mind me. Well, so this is going to be episode 21.
If you say so.
No, it
Okay.
is. Because the Monster Jam doesn't feel like an episode.
But it was.
Because it was fun. But episode 21, and what we're going to be doing today, well, episode 21 is coming to you from the inside of the Monster Carly. Woo, I'm out of breath all that climbing. And what we're doing today is we have all kinds of fitment issues with the original floor pan of the car. So we're going to be cutting the floor out of the car today and the rear firewall so that we can first of all get clearance because the floorboards of the footwells for the rear seat is actually sitting right on top of the gas tank, and the tunnel up here is still kind of narrow and it sits right on top of the transfer case. So we're going to go ahead and chop all that stuff out, and we like the car where it sits, so what we're going to do is cut all the flooring out to give us the clearance that we need, so that we can hey Rocco dog, so that we can put in a new flat floor to give us the clearance that we want without hitting things, because we don't need it to be shaped this way anymore at all. And we're going to be making the back seat area going on into the trunk flat like a truck bed. So we're just going to be cutting everything out today and trying to get it to be a little more centered to where we need it to be, so that we can go measure for the sheet metal, right? Sheet metal?
Sheet metal.
All right, sheet metal. Let's get out of here.
All right. To Lowe's.
Oh, what? Oh, Lowe's.
For cut discs.
Oh, yeah, we need a bunch of cut discs. We're going to do the bad cliche, we're getting in the car and leaving thing that everyone likes to do on YouTube. Power steering. Somewhere in Mexico. Okay. Success. We have our Sawzall blades and our cut disc. We put on my decapitation belt. And we're off to go cut the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Then we pull into the parking lot and we notice this thing for sale. Look at that. That's nice. Welcome to Fountain Blue, where the houses know they're better than you, and we have oak trees for shade. All paid down on Fountain Blue. And day, man, that thing looks awesome, dude.
There we go, there we go.
Oh, that thing's cool. Okay, so we've got our electrical cord and our power, our 5-pack of disc and Sawzall blades, angle grinder, our drill with a good step bit, and our Sawzall. So let's get started. So baby, I think the first thing we're going to do, now I'm going to have to remind you with using this microphone, it's pointed this way, they're not going to really hear you until I turn it around. But the first thing we're going to have to do is get the bits and take out all these tech bolts here and remove this bang up floor job I did when we were actually driving this car. Cass is taking out the floor that was put in temporarily. When we did have insurance and registration of this thing, we didn't have a passenger seat. So she would just sit in the back seat and I would tote her around like Miss Daisy.
Alright, that's all of them.
Yep. Let's see how bad this floor is. Oh, Swiss cheese. Good. Yeah, we're definitely cutting that shit out. I really don't think the transfer case is actually touching anything. But I'm gonna look from the other side just in case. So what we're doing is we're gonna take the drill here, and anytime we can see, so like right in this area where it's obviously layered stuff, we're gonna have to take a flat blade and scrape out this caulk and sealant stuff here, or the wire brush on the angle bar, I'm not sure. But we're gonna go through and find our pinch welds and try to drill out as many of the pinch welds as we can to free up the sheet metal from the structural pieces. And where we can't get the pinch welds, we're just gonna be cutting right along the edge of it and leaving the metal here. I think we're gonna be leaving our transmission hump alone. It all depends on, no, wait, no, we're touching right here. So there's going to be some, we're probably going to have to make a new transmission tunnel to come up to this point here, and we're definitely going to be this is going to be fun. This is just a lot of fun. So I've been going around looking for all the pinch welds I could find and drilling them out to free up sections. I actually started to get, you know, some of the metal floor pan on this side free. I got to give all of the credit for seeing how to do this. I give all of it to Daniel Restodan over, I don't even know that's how he says his last name. I just, the first time I ever saw him and I saw his name on YouTube, I thought his name was Restoration Dan, and so they called him Resto Dan, but it turns out that's his last name. But so drilling out the pinch welds work really well, especially when you got a nice sharp step bit. Just get in there and tear it loose. That might be a little further I needed to go, but then you can take your screwdriver, come in underneath it, and pop it free just like that. There it goes. So that's basically what I'm going to do, is bring that all the way up here. We're gonna bring this, free up these seams from up here, and then cut across here and leave this alone, and leave the top of our bell housing here alone. We're only gonna cut across so far back to make sure when we redo our floor that we have clearance for the transfer case. So it feels like hours and hours later, all I've got loose is this from here to there. That's it. And I've got this peeled up over here. And I'm getting really frustrated, and I'm running out of patience. So fuck that. Let's go eat some lunch, and we'll get back to it. Oh, you're recording?
No, just me.
She has nothing for you, dude. All right. Kill that. Anyway, so yesterday, this is how far we got. This plate is loose. As you can see, wait for it. Okay, so this plate's loose. We were going to try to take things out carefully and blah 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 and yada yada, and it turns out that we instead decided just whatever, it's junk, it's all junk, and we're just literally going to cut this all out. But we're going to try to leave this frame rail here, these parts of these rockers, and then I'm going to get real inventive, because this over here is rotted out, but this goes down low, we need it up higher. So we're just going to get stupid and chop all this shit out. That's it. That's why I say fuck your flow. Alright. That's a lot better than what I was doing earlier. We're just going to take it out section by section with this shit, and then drill these out and try to clean up this edge. I know some of this edge I'm going to have to cut along here. We're going to have to do some, weld some tabs in. A lot of metal fab suddenly. Yeah, like all of a sudden there's tons of metal fab. Not getting real at all. Look at that.
What?
No, it's paper thin. This is your floor on drugs. There's just one more. These two are attached. They were supposed to come free just in the end. Hey! There we go. One section of Monte Carlo floor. Because I'm J to the R to the O. C. J-Rock, yo, that's me.
So when you weld in the new floor, are you gonna like fill in these holes? Are you gonna drill holes like the ones that
these
you're
big
making
ones?
out?
No,
Yeah.
okay, so when we do the subframe or whatever, yeah, I'll put some patches to fill these, but if one of the pieces of subframe lands on this hole, then what I'll do is I'll come in from underneath and I'll weld it in, and it'll just be an extra way it'll be an extra way it got attached.
That'd be really cool. It would also be really cool if we got some
Watch
rivets.
the camera.
It'd be also
Just for a second.
okay. It'd be also really cool if we got some rivets, so it has the little domed heads, so you could see the domed heads when you put the subfloor in, so it looked like the floor was just riveted in.
You gotta chop out the floor, shape it for the other. You know what's really funny is how high this car is sitting up off the frame. Yet the transmission tunnel is like hugging. A whole lot of rusting going on. I like it when they're rusty. It's like putting a wet finger through a paper towel. Let's do some slicing, guys. That was our issue over there. It was sitting right on that. Yeah, go ahead and do a walk around before we kill the battery. We'll do a recharge. I was going to take all this metal out. Yeah, so here's an update what we've got going on so far. Frame's looking really good for the body all throughout right here. Cass has been doing a great job of peeling the side up, and you can see she's over here drilling out welds to work on this rear brace. And I've got all of this cleaned up to where I need it to be, all the way up to X point myself. A lot of this has happened since we've started this earlier. We've decided, like definitely we're doing this so we can make sure we know where we have clearance to make new chassis mounts. These pieces right here, I'm gonna make new ones from scratch to line up with the body mount, so we don't have to change nothing there. We don't have to change hardware. We don't have to change a bushing kit, nothing. But while the floor's out, we're probably going to go ahead and start designing and thinking about roll cage, and that's basically where we're at. So just going to keep whittling away on this thing until we've got all the clearance in the world and we got this rear firewall gone. Looking pretty good. We actually kind of had to bust ass to get it this far, because we were saving this lip right here. We're going to be building off of this beam here. Like I said, I keep feeling like I repeat myself a little bit, but we're going to do 1-inch square tubing joist or truss, basically going across to arch over here to reinforce the dome and to reinforce the floor all the way across, so we can just come back in with sheet metal. God, I'm tired. So if you look over here, this is what's going to happen. So we're taking out this rear brace, floor brace here, and removing the floor from here down, removing the firewall, and we're removing this hump that's in the back of the trunk that goes over the suspension. Because if you please take the camera and show them on the outside, that the hump goes straight through. Yeah, so if you saw that hump go straight through, we don't need that because the frame isn't shaped like that. So we're going to actually make the rear underneath the trunk flat like a truck, and it's just from this point it's just going to be flat like a truck, and we're just going to have our seats in right here on this front part. What am I forgetting? Oh, we're gonna have to try to figure out how to get this rear glass out from someone's Ghetto Fabulous repair in terrible sheet metal. That'll probably be possibly the next episode, because we need to get that out so we don't ruin it, put it on eBay, or possibly sell it to somebody who's gonna restore the car instead of demolish it like we are. Other than that, stay tuned for more progress on the Monster Carly, and love what you do. Have a good one.